I'm going to tweet
We're
out
live.
the link.
We're live. Tweet
We
the
live?
link. We're live.
Oh my goodness, wait. Wait. Yes, I can.
Take your
There we
time.
go.
There it is.
Hey, I just got the notification.
Wow.
Me too.
You got
That's
the
right.
notification for yourself. Wow.
I have the bell ring for Mind of a Miracle.
Oh my god, I have it for you too. I don't have it for Fringey because she don't upload, so.
Oh, don't worry. I got a little something prepared for Friday and it's going to blow everyone's fucking mind.
It better, because otherwise I will leave a hate comment and walk away.
Okay.
Dislike the video, unsubscribe.
I'm looking for the comments. Why are they popping up so slowly?
Everybody just popped up on the screen for me. Hi, everybody. That might be my
nothing so
internet.
far.
I'm so sorry. Hi, H. Good afternoon. Who else is there? Oh, I can't read. The screen is too big. But anyway, I found out a way you can make people's comments pop up on the screen because we love you. Hello. Hi, Kendra. Hi,
Oh,
Mom.
I see it.
Look how cute this is. So, yeah. I don't know how it really works.
That.
Yeah, so we can make people's comments pop up. That's so cute. I love that.
So I'm just tweeting right now.
Right. This is Chelsea's idea, so she has to inform you what we're doing.
Yes,
We're doing our makeup and talking shit at the same time. Welcome. If you're doing your makeup, do it with us. If you weren't planning on doing your makeup, then dig it out and do it with us.
Basically. Because what am I doing right after? I'm going to wash it right off.
Nikki just...
Yeah, take one nice... Be like, we're done.
Nikki just messaged and said, tell me when.
Oh,
well, he would know if he got the notification.
Steph asks, I know Miracle is in New Jersey, but where are you guys from?
Ooh.
You want to go first, Fringe?
I'm from the UK.
Wow, that was very anticlimactic. All right, Chelsey.
I'm from the UK.
I'm from the UK. No, I live like 40 minutes outside of London, but no one's doxing me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm from northern Michigan, right on the border of Canada, so I'm basically Canadian.
Hi, LMFB. Oh my god, I can't even read. But I want to give a special shout out to Mocha. Okay, Mocha came through with the bootleg Tati Beauty dupe.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be using this for the first time today, so we're gonna see if Mocha was hyping this up properly. Okay. Anyway, Tati Beauty is $18 for one. This is like less than $2 on Amazon. So saving money.
Might have to drop that link later.
I will.
Have you tried it yet?
Oh, yeah.
No, because I just use my good old spongy.
I mean, again,
No one disrespectful us.
I never asked Mocha if you're supposed to wet this before use.
I don't think so.
Are you? I have water here.
I don't think you are.
No?
Somebody go load up that Tati Westbrook tutorial real quick and let us know.
I don't know. We'll figure it
All
out.
we know is it's expensive. Yeah.
Xylee, it is not too early. It is noon for us.
Maybe for you guys it is. It's like 5 o'clock over here. 5:30. Sorry, I lied.
It's noon. As I drink my coffee.
Good for you guys then. Wait, do we talk about the product?
Leah said not
really?
to wet it.
What did you say?
Leah said not to wet your puff.
Oh, it's too late.
I told you not to.
I dampened it. Oh my god, this is my summer color. I look extra warm.
Holland, Michigan.
I don't have a summer color. I'm too white.
That's because you guys don't believe in sunlight.
I burn every time. I'm like a lobster. I just go red. By the way, this isn't my foundation. This is private. But I get that it looks really white on me.
I have such greasy skin. It starts off dry, and every time I put foundation on my face, I look like a buttered roll. So I just opt not to use primer.
I just use
That's
lotion.
the opposite of me.
I'm using Clinique Pep. Oh, where's the camera? Right there. Clinique Pep Start.
Ooh. Beautiful.
Hi, I don't know if anybody is young and influential, or what, influenceable? I don't know. Anyway, so for the young people, I just want to tell you that when you pass the age, let's just say 20, you'll notice that annoying hairs will start growing other places. Like you'll get a mustache. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't know if anybody else is like that, but me being West Indian, we're just extra hairy. And I'm like, I feel like I have whiskers. And I can't.
Leah said the UK banned sunlight in 1882.
Facts.
That's right. I do history, can confirm. Where we all look like fucking prawns in summer. Mind you, I'm not looking forward to summer in the UK because one of the things I truly hate occurs in summer with British girls my age, which is they tan, but they tan 500 shades darker than they actually are. And they're like, that's my summer color. And I'm like, madam, no. That's not correct.
Are you talking about all the girls that like use orange foundation? And you can like see them.
Yeah. Apparently I haven't seen it like around my area, but I know it does occur sort of like in Essex, which isn't crazy far away from me. But it's it's nuts seeing just all of them. It just transforms like the color of my blender. Is that orange?
The color of my blender.
Yeah, because it's true. There's no lie to that.
No.
I'm doing good, Rashid. How are you?
I'm managing.
I know. I almost forgot what day it is. It's like, is it Tuesday? Is it Monday? Is it Sunday? I don't know.
All of the above. They're all just fading. All just fading into like one consecutive day. Every day is the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you guys feel if this became your new normal? Would you be able to function?
Yes and no.
We wouldn't see anybody in person ever.
Why do you have to say it like that?
We would all be just video conferencing from now on.
I mean, that would be kind of fun though, but then I'd miss people.
Facts, I wouldn't miss people too much. I miss the option of going outside. Even though I don't normally.
I mean, I like government approved walk, but it don't do it for me.
Yeah, I like the option of going outside, even though I don't normally go outside, because according to Nikki, I don't have a social life. So, I mean, he didn't lie. He never told lies. But for somebody to tell me about myself, it hurts my feelings.
You have an online social life. There's a difference.
Yeah, exactly. I have to make sure that I cater to my friends at every waking hour of the day. It's not like I sleep anyway.
Yeah, your sleep schedule worries me.
Why?
Sometimes you're like, oh, I slept for 3 hours today. And I'm like, how? I can't sleep that short. I need like 6 hours minimum or else
I feel like it would be really easy to worry you, though, because you're like the only person on this planet that has managed to maintain a sleep schedule.
That's true.
Exactly. Fringey has some strength. She's the only one that'll be like, okay, guys, I'm leaving to sleep.
Fringey will be like, all right, guys, it's 6 o'clock. I'm tired.
Shut up.
Oh,
Okay. There it is. Sleep though, don't at me.
How do
Alright,
you
I'm
guys
done.
feel about the Total Control foundation? Anybody who's out there who's tried it? I'm just
Who makes
wondering because I feel like it's like it feels heavy, but I bought it, so now I have to wear it. Can't let it go to waste.
Wait, but who makes that?
NYX
Neeks.
Oh,
or NYX, whatever you want to call her.
I love how Chelsea's being an actual beauty guru and it's like, and here's all my products I'm using.
oh, you were so nice. I have not been showing anything. So this is, everybody was roasting me because they tried to say my thing was expired. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. It works. I have I'm using NARS. This is definitely not expired. I just don't use anything. I don't wear makeup that often.
Oh, my turn. I use 2 primers because my skin's weird and I've got like some patches that are really dry and some that are kind of okay. So I use ELF and I also use Milk Hydro Grip. ELF. Foundation, I also use a NYX one, but I use Bear With Me Skin Tint. Whoa, that's oversaturated. Okay, no, that's not working. And then for concealer, I use ELF Camo Concealer. It's the hydrating one. Because I need the hydration. Oh my god, you'll never guess who's in the chat.
Who is that?
Corey's in the chat.
I can't. What would you say? What'd you say?
I said Corey's in the chat. I just saw him and I was like,
Oh, I see him.
Oh,
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Just popping in to say hello.
oh. Say hello again, please.
Hello. Hello one more time. I'm sorry, guys. I can't read without my glasses. So if you guys are trying to communicate, you have to basically blame Fringey and Chelsey for not talking to you.
Just
'Cause I
speaking
already-
emojis.
Okay.
I have
It's
an
my fault. I'm
excuse.
illiterate. I can't read.
Speaking
So it's basically
emojis.
all Chelsea's fault. Do you guys notice when you blend stuff out, you
Okay.
like beat your face, like actually literally like hit yourself in the face very hard? Because I feel like it blends better the harder I press.
As I'm like beating myself, yes.
Pulling my face sponge. I'm okay with that though.
Oh, somebody commented once on my blue spot here because somebody thought I got hurt one time, and it's like, no, that's my beauty mark, my birthmark. It changes colors
No, that's
depending on the
your
weather.
Cool stop.
Where is it? On your
Right
eye?
here, if you notice, there's like a green spot over here. It's like permanently there.
It was me. I beat her up.
No, I never noticed that before.
Yeah, somebody asked me about it, and they were like, "What happened to you?" And it's my birthmark. So it's a nice day today. It turns a greenish color. When it's like really snowy and rainy or something, it turns like a blue. And then sometimes it just turns like a really dark brown. It changes colors. It's kind of weird.
So your Madam Scuttlebutt said face is beat. So your face is literally beat.
Basically. So now that I look like what's that girl? Bad Barbie, is that her name is? Bad Baby.
Bad baby.
Bad whatever she is.
I think it's Bad Baby.
When I first seen her recent, I don't know, picture or video or whatever that everybody's talking about, I didn't even realize that it was her.
Me neither. I thought like, oh, her face got really long for no reason. I thought it was the filter.
It did seem longer, hey? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was probably a combination of the filter as well as whoever did her makeup did it like 50 shades lighter than her actual skin.
Yeah, and like she's wearing a low cut
Exactly.
top, so you can see the rest of her skin. It's
You
just
can.
obviously different.
She claims it's for a photo shoot, allegedly.
But then
Oh.
why would you need to do all that for a little photo shoot? Just
Photoshop your face.
I don't know, just be the color that you are. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Minstrelsy
At
was for
all.
entertainment. Don't make it right.
What kind of eyeshadow look are you guys doing? Like, what kind of beat are you doing today?
I don't know. I was gonna
That's
see
a
what
very
y'all
good
were doing.
I'm just kind of winging it because I don't really do makeup all the time.
Challenge yourself.
Yeah, let's how about we all just do something a little bit out there in terms of looks.
My face is already out
I
there.
saw a comment earlier, I can't remember who said it, but they said do that eyeliner that I did that one time where it was like really thick and huge.
Oh, it was fire. I remember it.
I'm scared to do her though. She's a very big eyeliner.
Okay, so I will say that this dupe works really well. Actually, I don't have anything to compare it to, but it works well. Whatever this is, it works well. The only thing is I see the genius of Tati's design because this big old fluffy thing is pretty hard to get into the little crevices.
Could you not like quarter it if that makes sense? Like a little
I
tortilla.
don't think so because it's like a fluff is in between it. So if you cut it, I guess so. Never mind. I lied. I'm doing it right now. It works. So I don't know. It just seems like so much more effort. Chelsey would choose the thing that requires the most amounts of concentration.
We could have done like face masks.
Face
But
mask.
that's okay.
Well,
Hang on, I
what
got my
does the
phone here.
audience think? Do you want us to do just like a natural look, a glam look, or do you want us to do friggin' Euphoria?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
They're gonna vote for Euphoria now.
What is
Just
that?
because.
Well,
Euphoria?
you haven't seen the show?
No.
It's like editorial
Oh.
makeup, just like out there
Oh.
makeup
Oh.
that you don't necessarily wear to the grocery store, you know?
Well, it's me, so maybe I would. Maybe I would. I can't find my
Oh,
Sully
bye,
brush.
Leah.
Oh, is she abandoning us?
For her children.
Tell your children to watch too. Have a good day, though.
Yeah, come back soon.
Did anybody say what they want to see us do? My skin looking ashy today. Gotta fix that.
I don't know. Either they're not voting or my chat isn't working.
A lady by the name of Swinton says, go wild with the look. So, do you know what? Might as well do that.
Okay, so we're going wild.
Yes.
Rumor
Okay, I'm
has
gonna
it
do my
that
eyeliner.
Jacqueline Hill is posed to be selling certified mommy bandages as she personally autographed as foundation puffs. What?
What? Adam Silver, where are you getting this information from?
I swear, you could like write for The Onion.
Oh, at the point, didn't Jacqueline release a thing saying like, oh, I'm coming out with a video in 3 hours, and she just didn't?
Who?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Did she? I don't
Jacqueline.
pay attention to her anymore. Now don't hate me, y'all.
See.
Hi, Champagne.
Hi, Champagne.
Oh, hello.
Oh my god, I messed up.
Wow, I see no mistakes.
Wow, because it's editorial makeup. You're right.
Mm-hmm. It was meant to be. It was on purpose.
No, this eyebrow looking kind of thick. I gotta fix that. Where is my little tiny brush?
My eyebrows always be looking a mess. Don't even worry about it.
My least favorite thing to do, I think, is my eyebrows.
Can agree. I just don't know what to do with eyebrows.
My eyebrows always look like they've seen better days.
Artists are always most critical of their own work.
I don't know, Chelsey.
Ooh.
Sometimes you just gotta admit to yourself when you're not doing a good job.
I refuse.
I feel like both are very valid, and we will continue the discussion there.
Hi, Jan.
Hi, Jan.
Jan be here.
Xylee, you know you want us to beat your face.
Yes.
She says this is all too much. She just does eyeliner and lip stuffs.
Well, what did you expect if you expected Mocha to do your makeup one day?
That's true.
Calling you out, Xylee.
Oh, there it is.
This is a process, as Fringey would say.
This is a process. Okay, apparently this is really pigmented, so I'm going to be careful. Oh, wow, that is. Okay. Let's be careful.
Xylee, I will beat your back.
Don't be mean, Xylee.
Xylee.
Xylee,
no. Do you guys have any questions or anything you want us to talk shit about?
Oh, yeah, ask us the hard stuff.
The hard stuff. You
The
sure?
hard stuff, like geometry.
What is 2 + 2?
And I'll be like,
help?
obviously, it's triangle.
Can you help me with my homework?
That's a point. Like, any parents, are your kids now being like, Mom, can you help me with my homework, please? And then you look at it and you're like, I don't remember how to do addition, let alone. Yeah, I'm just doing some fun blush all over my damn face.
I don't wear blush anymore. I don't think it looks good on me.
Excuse me, what?
I don't think it looks
How
good
dare
on me.
you? How dare you? How very dare you? Blush is beautiful. Man, now Chelsey.
Bridget's about to kick me out of the live.
Yes, smack you out of here.
I used to wear it. I just don't think it looks good on me, so I quit wearing it.
Aw. I'm sure it does, though.
Nope.
Sometimes it's like finding the right color, because some blushes, you look at them, you're like, no, that looks bad on me.
Definitely can't wear the super pinky ones.
You can wear any.
I'm wearing right now.
Oh, you know what I want to talk about?
What?
Okay, so.
Oh, wait, before you do. Sorry, I just cut you. No, we have done questions in the chat. Don't be mean to me. Favor request. Just got a Jeffree Star palette that I won from Ashley Kyle's giveaway. All 3 of y'all have small eyelids. I want to see what you'll come up with, but I gotta run. Leave this up? Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know, Mary. Leave this up.
I will leave it up.
Oh, that is true. I do have some. I wish I had some lid space that some of these other artists have. Hi, Estella.
Hi, Estella.
Ah, is she here?
All right, Miracle.
I'm tentative.
All right. We're ready for you.
Oh, okay. Well.
Oh, yeah.
So, there is a creator that I respect. much to the confusion of many other people, but I respect this creator. And
Thanks.
this creator is having a little spat with somebody else. I'm trying to be as vague as possible. Having a spat with another creator who I highly respect and who is my personal friend. And
Okay.
a conversation about colorism within the Black community came up. Well, colorism in general, it was not specified for the Black community, but both individuals are Black, so Black community. And this creator shared a video pertaining their thoughts on the matter. And I don't know if you two have you seen the post that I'm speaking about?
Which one?
All of them.
Because there's a lot.
That means you've seen all of them.
I probably have, and I think I know the one you mean.
Was it the it's they shared a video by like some Kendra or something like that.
Kenya, as told by Kenya.
Kenya, yeah.
I love Kenya as a creator.
See, that's the only one that I really seen, but it's only like I've seen the other ones, but what I mean is it's the only one that I actually like gave time to and looked at. I don't remember what all the other ones said.
Well, that was the only one that I really had qualms about, to be honest with you. So if you guys, for those who don't know the context of the video, would you guys mind summarizing it? If you watched the whole thing, I was too livid to watch the whole thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I did.
It was a video by As Told by Kenya, and Kenya talks about colorism and the Black community. And
in reference to a show called Blackish.
Was it?
Was it Blackish? Yeah, because I think the whole thing was about a TV show that she was making this commentary on.
I didn't even see that in the actual tweet.
Well, that portion of it wasn't in the tweet, so there was no context.
Well, context is important, I guess, because I didn't know that.
But
every essay is like, what's your context?
But Kenya basically is just talking about how deeper skinned Blacks face more discrimination than lighter skinned Blacks, and lighter skinned Blacks tend to say that deeper skinned Blacks bully them, right? That's what I got from that. And yeah. And she said that when lighter skinned Blacks feel bullied, they release what's called light skin tears. And I'm only speaking on this, like, obviously I'm not Black. I'm only speaking about this with like a confidence that I know what she's talking about, because we have similar discussions in the Native community as well.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, and I'm probably going to look and sound very ignorant, so I'll accept that. But because of like the environment that I'm in, we just don't have these discussions. So I'm always very down to listen. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I know everything. I do not. But I mean, it probably is a thing though. Because I can imagine it being a thing, because isn't there like this argument, and please correct me if I'm wrong, with people being like, you're not Black enough, or you're not whatever enough. And isn't that a problem when it comes to kind of like any form of marginalized people?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay, go correct.
It's not a matter of correction. I think because of the history surrounding it, it's a different dialogue in comparison to other marginalized groups of people, because we'll just have a large spectrum discussion. Obviously, there's case-by-case points in this, but generally speaking, worldwide, having darker skin is less favorable. We'll just throw that out there. It's common knowledge. If you even look in Asian society, obviously Latino society, Spaniard, all of those things, even in some aspects to a different degree. Some European societies, having darker skin is less favorable because you're seen as a field worker lesser than blue collar, blah, 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 blah. All that discussion, yeah? But there's a different conversation about that when it comes to, I can't speak on anybody else, but American Black community. And colorism is something that is still seen in modern day. It's something that many people have to unfortunately be on the receiving end of. Now, when it comes to the overall message of the video, I'm gonna have to agree. Having light skin, especially as a Black woman, you do have some privileges according to a societal overall standard. There's a different perception of a light-skinned Black individual in comparison to a dark-skinned individual. And this ends up plaguing the community internally, because sometimes the media's perception of what should be the representation of Black ends up influencing what should be the representation of Black within the community. So I will say with Kenya, her terminology, I think, was proper in describing how the world perceives a light-skinned Black individual. But I think internally, when it's a discussion amongst Black people to Black people, there is a huge problem with this discussion, especially in terming or coining the term light-skinned tears. You are minimalizing the experience of a minority. And I think it's moronic, essentially, to be able to say that because you are light-skinned and because you are on the privileged spectrum of being a light-skinned, that you do not experience colorism because you're always seen as the privileged. But let's call a spade, okay? Think of the psychological means in which this term was, because it has everything to do, colorism is based off of, crap. I'm gonna put the defining term, remind me to put the defining term, because there's a defining term that is linked to colorism. I'm sorry, I'm very upset about this video.
Take your time, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, like, nothing else to do.
But yeah, I'm gonna put the defining term in the comment section. That way people can, if you are more curious about historical aspects of things, you can go ahead and take the time to really dive deep in it, because it is an extremely deep conversation. And we won't say that there are some people who fall victim to the terms and conditions that were associated with telling people that lighter is better, the closer to white, the closer to God or something. That's what some people actually think, right? So when we have this, can you guys read some comments? Because I feel like I'm just talking to myself. I want everybody to be a part of this discussion, and I can't see. I'm halfway blind.
Okay. Let's see. Estella says anti-Blackness also occurs in Latino communities in the U.S. and within the Caribbean, Mexico, Central, South America. The lighter you are, the more privileged you are. Same thing in the Native community. There's a lot of anti-Blackness in there as well that we're trying to combat. Basically, what I'm thinking of is kind of that they think, a lot of Natives think that they can say the N-word, you know, or Black Natives, people who are both Native and they're Black, they tend to be kind of ousted from communities because of their phenotype, the way they look Black. So it's like, how can you be Native, basically, but they're very accepting towards white Natives like myself. Kind of went off on that one, just trying to explain where I'm coming from. Danny D, just that term light-skinned tears rubs me off the wrong way as a Black woman, in my opinion, even though I am darker.
Right. So
Oh.
I will never say that the plight, generally speaking, because obviously there are individual cases. I will personally never say that the plight of a lighter-skinned Black woman, especially an American lighter-skinned Black woman, is worse than what, as a whole, my darker-skinned brothers and sisters have faced, because time and time again, it's just historically known that they are known to be treated worse. However, to separate a group of people is the whole intention of why the term colorism was created in the first place. So it derives from the idea that those who are in privilege and who are in power, they want to cause separation within a group of marginalized people, and instead of having them to continue to unite themselves amongst one another, they're going to continue to perpetuate the need for separation amongst these group of people so that they can never grow together and be able to remove themselves from the ideas that society wants them to be held under, so that they're constantly and always shackled to the past, okay?
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer.
Okay, now I'm getting it.
Right. So it's easier to break up a group of people than and allow them to destroy themselves before they even have to lift a finger. All you have to do is give them the necessary materials. So let's talk about how mulatto children came to be in the United States. If you guys don't know the term mulatto, it derives from, I believe it's from a Spaniard or Latin origin.
Yeah.
And it has everything to do with the fact that you were mixed breed, so to speak. So mulatto children within the United States are obviously crossbreds between Caucasians and Black slaves. And obviously, in many cases, this crossbreeding, so to speak, and I'm using this harsh terminology because that's what's in the history books, this crossbreeding was forced. It was not consensual. So these children were created and they were the byproducts of this racism. Now, if we look in history books, we'll also come to find that these children were sought after because they were diluting the Black color, and there was a separation of the people. Now you have the fields Negroes and the porch Negroes, okay? And there was a division amongst the people. This privilege of being allowed in the house came to be, and it was further beating down a group of people because they felt like, well, how come we are the ones to sleep in the fields or in the shed and you get a nice little home up in the house? But in reality, these were the sex slaves, okay? So the sex slaves were up in the house, okay? They were out there being bred and washing out the community, and these were the ones that were on the forefront of being sold, and because they were the exotic ones, okay? Within the community, after we take all the slavery aspects of it out, then you have what's happening between the North and the South. Lighter skinned Black people wanted to separate themselves from any sort of association to enslavement. And that being said, it was perpetuated to keep on living in your privilege. So if you were perceived as being white passing, I just stopped doing makeup altogether. If you were perceived as white passing,
that's fine. Don't even worry about it.
If you were perceived to be white passing, you were supposed to go within the society to be able to do better, not only for yourself, but make a way for your family as well, to disassociate yourself with that. Unfortunately, some people, many a people, got it into their thick heads that they were better than somebody because they were white passing. So they fell into the tomfoolery that is privilege, and they ended up creating a further dialogue of separation within the community. Now, we just fast forward all the way into the future. We talk about how media plays into this, how the representation of Black people are perceived as lighter. It's better that they're the ones that are casted more often. The ones that have European features are even more praised. And then whenever there's a villain, it's always a dark-skinned individual. Whenever there's a representation of a mad Black woman, it's always a dark-skinned Black woman. And whenever you just need the cutie or whatever, the cutie, it's a light-skinned bimbo who just basically a hot blazing mess. Okay, she got big breasts, a little waist, and has big curly hair, and she's perceived as you know, the exotic one, the most sought after one. And you know what? And this is common because I think I shared with you guys before. I was an aspiring plus size model. You'll actually be able to see in castings, they look for specific types of people. They will say light skinned girl with curly hair. They will say slim body, dark skinned girl will play villain. They will actually put that down in writing so that you have the awareness, like you are going in to be casted with as this role and you have to play the part. That's just how the industry works. Okay, so they'll do things like that, and it starts to affect how the people as a whole start to view themselves. There is a victimization of both sets of people, because where I see, and I'm speaking specifically about the individuals who are within this discussion who seem to think that light-skinned people have light-skinned tears and they don't know the plight of being Black. Let's put this into perspective. Yes, we actively know that the world is going to hate Black people. It's just, generally speaking, I'm speaking in generals because it's easier to go this way. We're not talking about individual case-by-case places. You Black, you're probably crazy. That's what the media tells everybody. You Black, you're probably crazy. I'm supposed to be afraid of you. If you go into different worlds, nations, whatever, okay? Let me just take a moment to pause. Can you guys read the comments? I'm sorry, I'm getting too excited. I'm scaring myself.
Okay.
That's like you're passionate about it. It's good.
Let's see. Madam Scuttlebutt, your experience in pain is measured by how deep your melanin is. I don't know, there's just a lot of comments about a comment not being sent through because it might have a word in it that's been blocked.
Wait, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to provide a lot of context, but I have a point and I will get to it. So sorry if it seems like I'm going around in a huge circle. There was a module that I did in my second year about radical Chinese feminism. Don't ask, I was interested. And there was this lady by the name of, second year was wild. Oh shit, sorry. There was a lady by the name of Suong Mei Lin. Now, I don't know how many of you know who she is, but she was the wife of a guy called Chiang Kai-shek, who at the time was the opposition to Chairman Mao. And she was seen as to America as the perfect Asian, because she went over to America for her formal education and she spoke fluently in English, fluently in Mandarin, and I think also fluently in French as well. And there was a point where her husband couldn't make political speeches, so she acted on his behalf. And you see this a lot in the newspapers. I don't know how easy they are to locate for people in general, because I have to go through some loops. But you'll see for the most part that Western media depicts her as the perfect Asian woman. This is how we want China to be, not whatever Chairman Mao's proposing. And I don't know if it's exactly the same, but is that kind of similar to what you were describing with not only the modeling with certain casting, the word escapes me, particulars for how they want the person to look, but is it also a pattern of behavior as well? You need to behave a certain way in order to be accepted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. and there's an expectation. And this sort of thing, people don't fully understand just how deep this runs, because the people who control the media in the first place, they're not at a point yet where they allow you to break free from that expectation. Example, if you are a dark-skinned Black man who's a rapper, you start rapping about good things, about doing stuff for your community, it is very unlikely that you are actually going to get anywhere in the industry, because that is not beneficial to the narrative that keeps people enslaved to where general population wants them to be. There's no way of bigging up a community where the people who are in power don't want you to get anywhere beyond where you are right now. And it's a tough conversation, because some people are ignorant and don't want to think that it exists, and it does exist. It does. And just because you don't personally experience it doesn't mean that it's not in existence. That's your experience. And unfortunately, I'm going to be blunt and I'm going to say you're blind. You're blind because you're not trying to see it, because it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. Whoever's messaging me needs to stop. But when we have this conversation, Madam Scuttlebutt brought up a point that is common within the community. Generally speaking, the plight that you experience is all dependent upon your skin tone. That is how the community it views you that way. You don't have the right to complain or experience anything beyond this point, because stereotypically speaking, you are perceived in this light. You are light-skinned and you do not feel the same thing I feel. But here's the thing, when you start making broad spectrum sort of assumptions, you start to treat people as a whole and a certain way, and then you develop prejudices within your own community, and that's a problem in of itself. My whole thing is, what I had the biggest issue with that video that I watched of Kenya was that she completely dismissed the experience of colorism as a light-skinned Black person within the community. Stereotypes are based off of some truths, some, not as a whole, okay? There are some truths.
Also, stereotypes are dangerous.
Very. And
very.
When we put this into perspective, her making those statements already is showing her bias, and she's playing into the stereotypes as a whole. Well, because you're a light-skinned person, you don't have any struggle, you never experienced this. That's a stereotype that you're playing into. So you're gonna play into another stereotype to be able to point a fact about the fact that Black people as a whole are going through a hard time in general. And like, why would you even equate the two? Start a discussion instead of saying that you don't have the right to feel this way. It doesn't make any sense. Because you can't tell me as a Black, somebody tried to do that to me before. They tried to tell me that my experience as a Black woman, excuse me, you don't know, for all I know, I could have been the darkest Black woman in my community, and you're gonna tell me that I didn't experience something because my skin in general is something different to what you've experienced because I am perceivably lighter than you? Like, this doesn't make any sense. That being said, you don't know the journey that somebody has taken. You don't know, and then let's just talk about generals. I've experienced some, and this is my experience only. I've said this before in multiple lives. Some of the worst treatment that I've ever experienced from my own people have been my darker brothers and sisters. From my own people. Because they had an assumption of how I was supposed to be based off of my complexion. Excuse me, I was raised in a Black family, okay? My father just so happens to be red bone. He just so happens to be. So I came out looking ashy, okay? That's the tale. But my beautiful chocolate mother, it doesn't tell me nothing. My beautiful chocolate aunt doesn't tell me anything. I was raised about beautiful chocolate women all over the place. And then you're gonna try to diminish my experience because of what you perceive. You do not know my steps in life, and you can't base everybody's experience or how they are as individuals based off of what you perceive. Because let's call it spade. If I'm sitting here and seeing you struggling, I'm going to be the one to be able to help you. But if you keep constantly telling me to separate myself from you and telling me that my experience is not worth your time, or I am not enough, I'm not enough because of something that changes depending on how high the sun shines, like, what is the conversation? What really is the conversation? Because colorism within the Black community is a difficult thing to experience. And I'm not even considered all that light skinned. I'm like the baseline. I am the brown paper bag. I am the color of the brown paper bag. Okay, there's terminology, the brown paper bag rule. I literally am the brown paper bag. I'm not lighter than that. So technically speaking, I would be on the other spectrum of things, perceivably. Okay, so let me calm down.
You got some water?
I have some water.
What about Bridgie?
I'm frustrated. I'm really frustrated about this because this mindset has been interwoven within our community from the days of slavery. That's where this mindset came from. And then when you get to a point where you are in the future and you are more aware and you are more woke, as the people would say, you get to a point where you almost have an identity crisis because you don't know where you belong. Because white people, the people who have created this structure, and I'm specifically speaking about racist individuals because I have no qualms against white people whatsoever. I'm talking about the people who institutionalize this mindset. These individuals who have contributed to the way society has built itself upon, they're the ones who created this structure for us to abide by. And it has messed up the foundation of the Black family for years. It has messed up the foundation for any sort of conversation amongst two people because it was a divisive tactic, and it started to poison the minds of everyone towards this future. And that being said, we're now separated amongst each other. I don't know if you guys remember this was a thing, but it was a real big thing on Twitter a long time ago where it was like team light skin, team dark skin, team brown skin. That was floating all over the place. It became a cool thing to be a part of a certain group of people. You'll see that light-skinned dudes are supposed to act a certain way. They're draking because Drake is the epitome of what a light-skinned Black man is.
That's cringy as hell.
Yeah. And you have these sort of conversations, and then you come to realize that these people have no sort of connection to a certain...
Sorry, I dropped out.
Go ahead. Are you back? Y'all are all ahead. I'm still ranting. I'm so sorry. You have these you have these conversations with people to be able to have, like, if we don't have these conversations, nobody grows, right? If we don't have these sort of discussions, nobody can go ahead and move forward and build themselves up and improve on the situation. But it seems like as a whole, nobody wants to really have this conversation because they completely debunk or remove themselves for the reality that people are not just statistics. The only reason why people become statistics is because conversations are not had. So we can't ever break out of a mold because nobody wants to discuss this. So these statistics, these numbers are not going to change unless these conversations actually happen. That being said, who's really holding themselves accountable? Because everybody wants to talk about how this is my plight, this is what's going on, this is how I feel. But what are you doing to really contribute to the conversation? Because when somebody presents you with an idea, you completely shut it down and remove yourself from the situation because your mouth, your words don't matter because you don't look like me. But how does that work? I'm sorry. What are the comments saying, guys? Because I can't see.
I'm sorry. I get everything you're saying, and I would be joining more in, but I have this principle that I'm not Black, so I don't like to speak on Black issues. I can only speak from a Native perspective, and ours is very different because when we're light skinned, we look white. So it is kind of like we get privilege, they don't. And I feel like light skinned blacks, they are viewed black by the rest of the world, so they're not awarded that amount of privilege, if that makes sense. They're not seen as white. They don't get white privilege like a light skinned native like me does.
Yeah, and that really is contingent upon the spectrum of how light skinned you are, because there are some white passing black people. There are some. But it does not cater to the overall general populace. So it's a falsified spectrum of comfort and privilege. That's the main point I want to drive home, because the general speaking population of light-skinned individuals, that is an American construct, generally speaking. That being said, this is a falsified idea of what it means to be a light-skinned individual, because the rest of the world perceives you as black. And Chelsey, I feel like you just narrowed it down. The rest of the world still sees us as black, and the only division is happening amongst our people, and then we're the only ones looking like fools because we can't sit down and have a conversation with each other, because the pain sits deep in people. Because think of the mentality. I can well understand what it might be like, because I have been the darkest person in the room before. Oh my God, and that's kind of weird because look at my shade, I guess. So I have been the darkest person in the room, and I have been in a position where I felt like I felt left out. I felt concerned. I felt uncomfortable. I felt like I didn't belong, and I felt. I actually had thoughts of what would it be like if I was lighter? What would it be like if I was a different race? Because I have been in that position before. Then in turn, it took me until middle school and it really actually took me after high school. So to actually be fully proud of who I am and who I am as a Black woman, because I would say in middle school, I was having identity crisis, especially because of the neighborhood that I grew up in. It was predominantly Asian, white. It was a really diverse town, but it was predominantly Asian. And I even got to points where some of my friends would be like, yo, I forgot that I forgot that you were Black, because I just was so enveloped in Asian culture, specifically Filipino culture. And I think that also has to do with, as just based off of my childhood and the culture that I grew up in, it was very similar to that culture. So I can understand why people would feel a certain way or feel that I was a part of that culture, because it is a very similar culture. And then I would say early high school, I fell in love with the idea of how I was supposed to be perceived as a Black person. So afros out, power to the people. This is how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be militant. I'm supposed to speak a certain kind of way. I'm supposed to have a certain air about me. And then I realized very quickly that I don't fit in with stereotypes. I don't. Then I have constant reminders from my family down south that, oh, how cute are you? You sound like a little white girl. You trying to sound like us. And I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Why do I, as a Black woman, have to sound a certain way? And that being said, amongst my friends, when I did have my Black friends or friends that just so happened to be Black or whatever the case may be, I never thought about the color. But then I was reminded that, oh, Miracle, you're light skinned, so you don't have that same. And why? Why? Like, really, why? And you get to a point where you don't know where you're supposed to belong, because I don't fit in with the dark-skinned people. White people don't consider me white. So light-skinned people are casted or put off into their own little bubble. And then you get the hoity-toity ones that think they're better than everybody and they just look stupid. And then you have dark-skinned ones that don't see that way. Like, you have Black people, obviously there are Black people who don't see that. They're like, yo, you're Black, you're my brother, you're my sister, whatever the case may be. Who cares what color you are? And I appreciate those people the most, who have never made me feel like I don't belong with my group of people. But that just tells you how deep the hurt and trauma is within the community, where you're so quick to remove yourself from somebody or outcast somebody because you don't feel like you're supposed to belong, and you don't belong in my community. And you obviously, just from appearance sake, you don't understand what I'm going through, and that's wrong in of itself, you know? I don't know. I just want to, what are people saying? I really wish I could read but I can't see.
Let's have a look, please. Oh god, I don't know where we like left off from.
Need help?
I need all the help I can get at this point.
It's interesting to hear you talk about this from that perspective, because I'm used to these discussions. I engage in them all the time, but from a native world, it's so much different, but at the same time, it's kind of the same. Because we have these discussions about like people who are disconnected from their communities, whether they were adopted out or their parents were, or their parents decided to be white passing and to hide from their families that they were native. Like that stuff actually happens. And so today they try and reconnect to their communities, you know, if they know their tribe and what community they come from. And a lot of the times they're shut out, they're shut away because, I don't know, there's a whole like res versus urban debate, because you have to, I don't know, I don't understand the logic, because I personally don't think that, oh God, how do I say this? I don't think that it's necessarily bad for people to reconnect if they have valid connections, because of course we have the pretendians out there, but I think that some of that fear of pretendians is kind of responsible for disconnected people being like not being accepted. That's what I mean by our situations are kind of the same, but at the same time they're so different.
Hello. Yeah. You'll never guess who dropped a special little message.
Who?
Senor Snyder. He just says he was staying healthy. I hope everyone's staying healthy in the apocalypse.
I hope you're safe too, fam. Thank you for lightening the mood, because
yeah. Well, no. This is the thing, though. Look at me. Look at how like fucking, I don't even know how like crunchy and white I am. I don't get to have these discussions unless it's in the context of the historical past, which even then it doesn't happen that often, because it sounds disgusting, but we don't talk about African history, which I've been mad at for a long time with my university specifically. But if you want some real tea, the big unis in the UK, they don't study African history. I'm like, why not? I mean, we don't even study colonialism properly. And even when we do, it's like, oh, but we study it in the context of the scramble, but then we focus on Germany or Belgium or France, but we don't really talk about England, which is something I have a problem with because we fucked up in the scramble. Anyway, but I don't get to have these discussions of what it's like currently in America or what it's currently like in the UK, because for some reason, don't ask me why, my university's like, oh, it's not deemed appropriate for whatever we're studying nowadays. So I like hearing about this because I like to learn. And obviously, I'm not going to be an expert because I just never will be. But I feel like I just want to know more about it so that, you know, I use any agency that I do have to try and better the situation. Like, with the case of microaggressions, 3 years ago, I had no idea what the fuck that was. But now I have a little better understanding of it. Not perfect, but then I can kind of like either help other people avoid that or not do it myself and not let that minor form of discrimination be perpetuated. That's That's my tea.
I think.
By the way, I've been done for like 10 minutes.
You already finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Add some more. If they can't
Way
see
ahead
you
of
in
the
the back of
game.
the room, it's not done.
The
Well, no, to be
US
fair,
has,
you have given us a good education and been grateful. I've just been wiping shit on my eyeballs.
the US has a huge problem with education too, though. And you talk about how Europe kind of ignores their shit, or not Europe, the UK ignores their shit when it comes to
Particularly, yeah.
educating. The US does too. They teach this Thanksgiving myth. You know, the Native Americans welcomed
An
everybody.
actual.
And yeah, they glaze over the hundreds and hundreds of wars and like the slow Western progression. It's like there's a lot that is left unsaid until somebody reaches university, if they're able to go to university and if they choose to take those classes. So there's so much ignorance about yes, Estella, there's so much ignorance. And like Miracle said, the only way to fight the ignorance is to have these discussions while you're doing your makeup.
Exactly.
While you do it, sorry.
You know what I want to do? I've decided this is going to be like my first big thing I do when I eventually finish fucking studying. Is I want to do a book about like the correct history of Britain, and I want the front cover to be like a full English breakfast, but then each country is represented by like a. Obviously, we're going to talk about the scramble for Africa. We're going to talk about the Opium Wars. We're going to talk about the genocide of the Australian Aboriginals, genocide of the Native Americans, Southern American history. I know next to nothing about, and I only know about the Mayans and the Aztecs, but I guarantee Britain probably had something to do with that. We need that badly.
Probably so.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm crying. Okay, Jenna Marbles.
Well, did you get everything out that you wanted to get
My whole
out
house
about
watches
that?
it.
Because you started talking about the use of that conversation to begin with today. Was that what you wanted to do, or did you just want to generally talk about it because you were inspired by the conversation today?
It was a combination of that. I don't know, because upon further inspection, I don't want anybody to necessarily go look up who I'm speaking to or blame this individual for how this discussion or how they've decided to use that video in context, what context they tried to use that video for, because you know what, that person, that is their journey. So I don't feel like attacking them is going to be able to help them, because that's not doing anything. It's through attacking each other that causes these sort of feelings to manifest in the first place. So all I can do for myself is understand where their journey has taken them in life, and then just show them that I understand what you're going through, but the way that you're handling it is probably not the best, because not just because I don't like how you're going about it, but because you're not going to contribute to a change when you are continuing to perpetuate division in the process of you stating your message. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chelsey, I just noticed your name on screen.
What is your name?
The same thing as
Why
last
did
time.
it take that? Is
it Trixie?
Moon.
Oh.
No, I
Chelsey
should have
Moon.
changed it to Trixie.
Oh.
Nobody knows why, though. I really like Trixie Mattel. She's my favorite drag star because she is actually part Ojibwe, and that's what tribe I am. A lot of people don't know that because she's what we call like the white cousin. She doesn't talk about her nativeness or embrace it as much.
Well, that's a shame. She should.
Well, I think we call her the white cousin because I don't think she really knows very much about it either.
Oh, okay.
So, Fringey, do you feel confident that you could walk in a runway with your Luke?
I mean, it depends on the runway. Maybe if like, actually, you know what? I might as well do it. I got a hairbrush right here. What am I saying? Acting lazy. Wait. Maybe, but it wouldn't be a good runway.
Estella, she always speaks such truth, that woman.
What did she say?
No, this is an important discussion despite the journey or viewpoint being shared. It's their experience and we can't negate that or hate anyone else's.
Right. Very true.
Oh yeah, this is good. Bedhead. No, I have a vision. Don't worry. I'm going to work in with it. Go against it.
It's going to look worse before it looks good.
Exactly. That's how hair works. Ooh, Jan. Yeah, British history is British. It makes okay. I'm Anglo Italian, and don't get me wrong. Italy's had its shit, right? I know because unfortunately, I don't know how to word this nicely, but some of my members of family were on the wrong side of history and concerned with the events of the Second World War. And I ain't getting any further than that. But when you look at British history and you study, for example, the Second World War, it's all like, oh yeah, we were so great. We saved everyone in Europe. And it's like, excuse me, you're not talking about what happened at home. You're not talking about the fact of some of the stuff that Britain has gone through over the past couple of years, especially, oh God, especially when it comes to women and trying to get them any kind of legal rights, not just the vote, just legal rights. So I have a fun, disgusting secret, which is I can't stand Emily Pankhurst. And because she was only concerned with getting votes for women like herself, so rich white women, she wasn't interested in getting the vote for working women or hearing about their problems. And it pisses me off that history's been too kind to her, because when her daughter pointed it out and said, the way you run your organization is like it's a hypocrisy, her mom then turned around to her and said, okay, well, you can get out and I don't want to see you again. Makes me mad. I could do a whole book just on my hatred for Emmeline Pankhurst. Because, no, I don't like that woman. She's so... And it angers me so much that when people look at British history, they just see a list of, like, this is all the stuff that we've done correctly. And it's like, no. Contagious Diseases Act, that didn't need to be a thing. And it did become a thing because I'm not going to go into crazy detail. Oh, Miracle has abandoned us.
I thought I heard her kind of say something robotic.
She better come back. She better come back soon.
She's still here, or else the live would have ended. Yeah.
Wait, she's come back.
I had to get something.
See, look, watch. I'm gonna do it right now.
No, we thought
Bye.
We
No!
And I'm back.
Don't do it, Chelsey!
Or you can do this. Can you hear me now? Can you?
Oh. See, Chelsea's talking shit now.
Now you can hear me.
Now I can hear you.
The beauty of technology.
It is good. Okay, yeah, this is my look. This is my finished hair look as well.
Miracle whooshed. That's what Danny said.
Whooshed.
Whoosh.
Wait, what happened?
She whooshed.
You whooshed.
I whooshed.
I cannot help but make the ugliest face when I do the under eye look.
I don't even bother with the under eye because I've got too many like crinkles there.
Why are you guys finishing so fast? You guys always make me feel like I'm the slowest one.
I got mad
But to be
wrinkles
fair, you were
too.
talking a lot.
You just got to keep it super close.
Wow, Fridge, you said I just talked too much.
Not in a bad way. I was enjoying it.
I mean, speaking of, as
That was-
told by Kenya, because it was her clip being shared, and I do watch her, and gosh, I was
like
watching her
her.
yesterday, and I realized that because she tends to do get ready with me's as she's talking, but she'll always like apply foundation and then sit there for like 10 minutes talking, and I'm like, like, how does it not dry up?
Yes.
Please blend it. Like, Alexis R says Fringey has the 90s look. She looks so good.
Ooh, I wish. Well, no, I wanted to do like a whole face where it's like half in blush, but it hasn't come. You can't really see it on camera properly because I'm sitting opposite a window, but maybe I'll post a cute picture later. Who knows?
Oh yeah, do it for the gram.
Oh my goodness, there's an angel trying to get into my room and it's not Mocha. Let me go fetch her real quick.
Yeah, Mocha says you look great, Fringy. Xylee in all caps says y'all looking like a bunch of hussies with all that makeup.
Oh my
Of
God.
course I. My baby.
Let me tell you something about Xylee.
What, Supreme Hussy?
She is the supreme hussy. She taught us. She taught us how to hussy.
Taught us the way.
Yeah.
The way of the hussy.
We didn't know how to hussy until her.
Yeah. Giving out all that advice for free was a big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
If you two want to
Wait,
look
what's that?
and learn how to be a hussy, look up at Xylee Star on YouTube. So you too can learn how to be a hussy.
Oh, fuck, where am I? Wait. Okay, please don't fall. If that falls over, I'm literally going to cry so badly.
I keep slouching. Okay.
How dare you? Wait, what's everyone's inspiration in terms of looks?
Crap. We were supposed to go crazy, weren't we?
Oh, Chelsey, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
I forgot. Like, I could have dug out the color palette. I have this palette here. Indigenous owned.
Ooh,
And I just
yes.
went in.
What's up? You want a hug? All right, I'll give you a hug. Here you go. She wants a hug. Baby.
Are you getting kitty
Yeah.
hugs? Oh dear.
Yes. Here she
It's
is.
baby
Oh, okay, that's
Fringey.
enough. That's enough. She's my favorite, but she just sheds so much now because she's getting rid of her winter coat for summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I made this I used to just do like crafts, like random crafts all the time. And I made this wooden sign that said the dog hair sticks to everything but the dog. I need to find that sign. It's like one of my most proud creations. Madam Scuttlebutt says Miracle looking like she about to sit on that throne.
Exactly.
Danny wants to know your kitty's name.
Oh, her name is Maddie, and I'm turning 23. She's turning 30 this year. No, 13 this year. But man. Oh, Danny, I think you asked earlier what I'm using to like tease my hair with. Ironically enough, it's a tangle teaser. But yeah, I just use that for my regular brush because I don't trust other brushes.
I love that your cat's name is Maddie because I used to have a pug named Maddie.
Oh, well, her real name's Madalena, but we just call her Mads or Maddie. Because she's got like, wait, we spoke about this on the live with your auntie with like the M on the cat's head.
Yes.
She has that little M. Yeah, she has it.
Maine Coon. She's part Maine Coon.
Yeah, it's not like she's part Maine Coon.
Mm-hmm.
Now Miracle's
She's a
going
floof.
editorial.
Ooh,
Is
she
I
is,
needed-
but I like it.
I know, and now because I forgot, we got deep in that conversation, and I just like went in. I don't know
Maybe you
how
could
to
put like
change
a
it.
colourful lip on or something.
Maybe I can what?
A colourful lip.
I can't see. Start screaming, I can't see.
Oh, someone else is at
Estella
my door.
wants to know if Miracle has white or gold in the center.
White.
White.
Okay, nice.
It's about to change though. I just needed that.
All right, well, I have an idea. So I'm going to change it up so Miracle isn't the only editorial one here. We got our 90s bombshell, but I need to go get some makeup remover, so I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. And off Chelsey goes. So, Miracle, if you're not too busy, what else would you like to talk about today?
Oh my god, Fringey, tell us what you're gonna put on your channel. Give us a precursor.
You guys aren't ready for this because I found out something. Oh,
Do you want to wait?
okay. I've been
Okay, do you
a
want to
little
wait?
while because I want to make sure. No, I can give a little something, a little exclusive. Okay, so I've been sitting on this for about a month because I wanted to make sure I did my research properly because, oh boy, this person's been a bad boy. Very bad boy indeed. And I put out a tweet a few days ago saying something like, can you imagine scamming children for 5 years and not giving, like, promising on what you've delivered on what you promised?
Yes.
But it's about that person. No, this is nuts. This is fucking nuts.
I'm excited for the story.
It is kind of. It goes all the way back to 2014. So I just wanted to make sure like I did a good paper trail, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsey. And it's gonna have to be a two-parter because I need to kind of do the scam for one part and the person on the other. So, but luckily I basically filmed it. Well, no, I need to film part 2, film part 1. I need to edit it now. Which, oh yeah, I should have put this in my community tab because I'm a whole mess. My laptop like completely died and I've lost any and all video footage that I used to have. So like, you know, my intro, that's gone. Don't have it anymore. Any receipts that were in video form, I can't download them anymore. My computer will not let me. And it sucks. Yeah.
That really sucks.
It does, but I've got like a new laptop now, which I'm kind of filming on. Well, and it's managing okay. Storage isn't great, but I'll work around it.
I need to like.
Chelsey, what's this concept? I'm intrigued.
I just want to do like a colorful eyeliner.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. But I need to remove some makeup or else it won't show up.
I can't. I just feel like one of those judges in a show where I'm just sitting there watching the contestants like finish decorating their cakes, and it's like, you've only got 30 minutes, people. Oh, I love shows like that though. Like especially
how do you guys feel about James Churros doing that TikTok thing?
Ooh.
I kind of have a popular opinion and an unpopular opinion about that.
Okay, you start.
Well, my opinion was kind of assisted by some other people that I was talking to. Because, well, I should say I don't agree with the idea that, how should I say this? I don't think that what they did necessarily is like an offense towards the abuse community. As an abuse victim myself, I don't think that, I mean, the whole mugshot thing, them looking beat up, like that could really be anything. It could be a fight that happened at a bar or something, you know. I don't know where people correlated that with them looking like abuse victims. And who was it? Was it Sharita? She was like, wouldn't it be the abuser that's getting a mugshot taken of them?
Yeah,
not
I
the
watched
abuse
it this
victim.
morning.
But to me, what was cringy about it was the idea that I'm gonna say it seems to be primarily like the little white kids that are doing it, and there's a huge epidemic of our prison system incarcerating people of color. Yes, I'm saying people of color, not just Black people. I'm encompassing all the other people of color compared to whites, even though there's obviously a majority white population. So that's what I find cringy, but here's the unpopular part. I don't necessarily think that it's only like a James Charles issue. I think that people they've seen him do it and they wanted to be outraged because they don't like James Charles.
I would agree with that.
I think that's fair. Because there are some people that just don't like him, which fair, but just don't like him and carry on about your day.
Yeah. True, Estella. It can be a mugshot if the police beat you while they are arresting you, which again probably shouldn't be a conversation that's led by little white kids like James Charles.
Mm-hmm. Also, Charlie's just entered the chat.
Girls.
Girl.
Yes, I have loved ones in prison too, or were in prison. So it's just, I don't know. It's kind of cringy. I'm not like outraged by it though. I just thought it was cringy and like, probably shouldn't have done that.
No. This is the thing I don't understand though. If it was a mugshot, why didn't he have like the little number that you get to have to like hold? It's like your identity number, or why wasn't the background like the height chart? If it is like an actual mugshot, it just doesn't.
So Fringey, you're saying that he failed. He failed the challenge.
Yeah, he did. Is delete his whole TikTok. Also, another thing that like some people on Twitter, I can't remember who specifically it was, but there were people who were saying something along the lines of like, "This is a really triggering image. I can't believe he would do it without any hashtags." Which I agree. I find it a bit weird how even on his Instagram there were no hashtags about it. There was no hashtags for SFX makeup. Where the fuck is it? But then I also noticed some drama channels that covered this story included an uncensored picture of James Charles, and I'm like, but if this is genuinely triggering to some people, why would you include that in your thumbnail?
Yeah, why would you use that?
Yeah, like, I don't get that. Like, you just do a picture of him, like he's posing for his new show. Use that one, that's fine. But then, like, sorry, I'm having some word vomit, having some word constipation.
No, it's totally okay.
This is why editing is my best friend, because I'm not good at distributing my opinions in real time. I need to sit there and kind of think for a moment, because my brain ain't that fast. Sorry, guys.
I also just think it was just a bit out of like nowhere for James, because he usually does a lot of glam makeup, and I'm like, sure, if you want to try something new, there's no problem with that. At least mention in the caption, you know, hey guys, I'm trying something new out. This is some SFX makeup. What do you guys think? Do you think I did a good job? Let me know. But he didn't do that.
I mean, I think it's the concept that's cringy too, not just kind of like the out of nowhere thing. If he wants to do that type of SFX makeup, maybe not label it the mugshot challenge, even though that's what he is doing. But I just don't like the challenge overall. And people are kind of using James as their scapegoat for their...
Yeah. I haven't been brave enough to go onto TikTok and like have a look and see who else is doing it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should be brave and do it. But then again, it's just like, but why is this a challenge though? It's like, remember when the lovely virus originally happened. There were people who were literally doing coronavirus looks. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you do that as a look? That's not even like cute or fun.
Yeah, I don't like crisis looks either.
No, why would you do that? It makes no sense. She wants so much damn attention.
And people are like, it's to raise awareness. It's like, well, then tweet about it. Talk about it. Don't do
why
a
can't
damn
you just
look.
make a charity?
Raise awareness about what? It's everywhere. Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Also, again, it's
On the radio, on the
about
news, on your phone. You go shopping somewhere. It's like coronavirus. You try to book a hotel. Coronavirus. Like, chop. Come lie. Chop.
Yeah, it's a miracle about to whoop you with the book.
I'm gonna hit you with this brush.
Did you see Rocio retweeted me though? I was like totally fangirling over that.
No. Let me have a look real quick.
She retweeted that Pass the Brush challenge, our powwow version. She's like, I love these videos, and I was like, Rocio.
Oh yes, I see it.
You know what I'm saying?
I love her channel so much.
I love her.
Yes. For me. Who has clingy cats? Because she wants to like sit on my lap and chill. But then when I try and start hugging her, she's like, no, that's enough. Don't want you near me. What do you want
I want to
me?
sit on you, but I don't want you to touch me.
Oh no, I know what she wants. It's treat time. She wants treats, but she's gonna have to wait.
Dang it, I kind of messed up on
the
that. Y'all are just gonna have to accept this mess up.
Oh, I'm gonna read some comments where you all concentrate. So Kitten Fantastic says, I think it's a stupid challenge. Not a fan of TikTok anyway. Seems like a lot of dumb on it in general. Which
some people have made some funny
my friend
ass
TikTok.
Yeah, there's some people who have really done some funny things or great things on there, but a lot of it is, especially some of that stuff that's been unearthed about them, like their methods for pushing people further on the platform and inhibiting people's growth. Yeah, some of that's pretty not good.
Madam Scuttlebutt says, I always poke fun at James Snarls. I just find him to be grossly entitled. Yeah. I agree as well.
Oh,
I do think so. I do think people are a bit too hard on him sometimes, but I do think he has a bit of an attitude problem.
That's probably why people are hard on him and they love picking on him, because of the environment he's created for himself, I guess.
Yes. Oh, Danny D says, I've seen Glam and Gore do makeup that's bloody, but people don't seem to have a problem.
Facts. It's just because it's churros.
It's James.
Why does no one like churros? I like churros. That's just saying I like the food, not the individual. The snack is good. Yeah, I agree with Danny. The challenge is just weird overall. It is weird.
Oh my god.
What is it?
I'm not done.
Madam. It's fine. It's no rush. Oh my goodness, Dang's here.
Dang.
Hey, BB. How are you, BB? some people it's like 2 weeks into isolation or quarantine. So how are people actually doing?
I really suck at quarantine. Like, I have to keep getting groceries because I suck at longevity shopping. Keep running out of shit.
Tidy. Miracle, how are you doing in quarantine or isolation?
I'm tired.
Wait, sleeping correctly, that's why.
Yeah, for me, remember, I've been on this injury since November. So I feel like I've been quarantined already.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've been quarantined for like 5 months.
You've been preparing for the long haul.
No, because with the injury, I've been home anyway. Like, it's not like I go out to work. It's literally doctor's appointments. And I can't even go to those now, so.
Rip.
All that work you did. Damn Rona.
Better not. I'm taking no chances. I'm staying in my house for as long as it damn takes.
Yeah.
Here. I'm changing my look.
Oh, madam, what are you changing it to?
I'm only adding like one thing.
Oh, okay.
Fringey's like, I gotta wash this off in 2 hours, so I ain't doing that much more.
Oh no, I'm done. I mean, if I wanted to, I could just like put some blush on my forehead if I really felt fancy. But I'm kind of happy with how it looks.
Mm-hmm. I agree with. Oh, I can't remember who said it. Basically, they said you're like a '90s bombshell right now.
Ooh. If only I had like a 90s outfit. I just got some crusty t-shirts. Oh, Steph says her place is too small and she's too broke to buy in bulk. No.
Yeah, that's me too. I don't have a deep freezer like some people do.
I literally know no one that has a deep freezer. It's not like a thing over here. Well, no, we sell them, but very few people buy them. We don't think, oh, we need that for later in the week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Alexis says, I just want to go to the bar.
Me too.
Big,
honestly.
big mood.
Going out. I hope that when we meet up, we do. We need to go turn up.
Oh, guys, wait, tell everybody what we have planned. Not the whole thing, but the overall idea, since we can't do our cruise.
Oh yeah, so the cruise has been scrapped because
we're going to Houston.
It just has.
We're going to Houston.
Chelsey, get out of here.
We're going to go to Houston and do a live with all of us.
Yes. And it's going to be so great and amazing. No, but for real, we are at some point hoping to meet up. At some point, actually see each other in the flesh. Yeah. Yes. What are you doing? Oh, but it's going to be obviously the collab of the century.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
I was kidding about the Houston part, though.
Yeah, it's not Houston. I can't afford Houston. I'm too poor for Houston.
Okay, I'll be back.
Oh. She goes. We did have some ideas for like fun collabs we could do for each other. So like, you know how Miracle does her little shooketh while I cooketh? Like we should do like she judges how me and Nikki cook chicken, which just do that, just roast us both.
Mm-hmm. You don't wash your chicken.
I do, but I don't do it the way that she does it. That's the only difference.
She's gonna force Nikki to wash his chicken. Like, no, Mama, no. She's gonna wash it.
Fine, don't even worry about it.
She'll be right back.
And then she's gonna then he's gonna cook another grilled cheese sandwich for like 3 hours. Oh, what are we gonna do?
What color should I do?
Maybe I was gonna say like green, but that's like bold. What about purple? What kind of purples do you have?
Well, I have. Where am I at? What eye am I looking at? I have purple in the corner already, so it'll just kind of like blend in.
Okay.
But I have this.
What about
palette that I bought just for the rainbows.
Ooh.
So I do have green. I have a shimmery green and a matte green. Well, I should probably do a matte color.
Yeah.
Or I have a light blue.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say like maybe like a yellow or a blue then.
Okay. So in that case, I'm
What is
putting
that color?
Morphe away. Sorry, Miss Morphe, but Lunar Beauty takes the cake with the yellow.
Oh, the disrespect.
Okay.
Oh, Dang said she could have played camera girl. Well, one day, maybe, when I save up enough coins, I'll zoom the hell over there.
Yeah, we don't have Houston's kind of YouTube money.
No. Maybe one day, probably not, but maybe one day. Oh my God, Xylee said sock puppet. Should we tell them about the sock puppet idea we had?
Oh my God. Miracle, what do you think?
Should we? So I'm gonna get in trouble. Okay, so because I kind of find drama channel drama sometimes just to be a bit childish, I'm like, we should just do it with sock puppets, like one of those like kids theaters where it's just like two puppets talking at one another. And then we should just like make our own sock puppets of different people. I reckon it would be a cute idea.
Yeah. So put in the comments who you want to play who in the sock puppet show.
Yeah. Or like who you definitely think is like, oh, they have to appear in the production that is going to be the sock puppet master theatre.
Okay, this yellow looks really cool though.
Yes. I cannot wait to see the finished product.
Just need to fix this purple a little bit. Fucked up. Now y'all know how long it takes for me to do my little makeup videos.
And you've done a lot recently as well.
I know. I feel like my channel is really oversaturated.
How long?
Xylee.
Oh my God, Dang says Miracle should be Teresa Roma.
Oh my God. She does do a good rich voice.
She does. Hey,
Miracle, you hear that? I know you hear us.
she better. What is she doing though?
Getting dressed maybe?
Oh, okay. Oh, she's giving us a full production.
Because right before she clicked off, she gave that, you know, that glance over when you're finally done, when you're like, okay, guys, yeah.
Okay, bye. Love you.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Oh, Steph asks, how long does the beading take?
Depends on what you're making. Let's see. Let me try and grab something.
Oh, Tanya, we will definitely be doing a rich sock puppet.
So I have like these
Royal crown and
earrings.
everything.
This took just like an evening, like 4 hours. But I also have a pair of these giant, they're called leggings, but they basically wrap around your calves. Those took me 4 months.
What's up? What's up, honey? Screaming. Okay, off she goes.
Danny says, Fringey, I can't help but see you as a main character for an 80s dance movie.
Oh, yeah. Just
Nobody
have
puts,
Take On Me softly in the background.
nobody puts baby in the corner. Thanks, madam. I mean, realistically, I could put those earrings on. They kind of match.
Oh. Wait, just an idea for the Teresa Roma sock puppet. Is she going to have like a mini basket of peeps? Like a very small basket of peeps.
Riley, you gotta send Miracle those peeps.
Yes. Need all the peeps we can get.
These earrings go perfectly with my eye look, too.
Ooh, accessorize. It does because it's got like little yellow in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you were secretly planning this all along.
I'm glad I asked you what color to pick. It was meant to be.
Exactly. Oh, come here, honey. Come here. Holdings. Sit you down. Okay. That is a tail in my face.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, honey.
What does that mean when a cat gives you their tail like that? Are they just like...
She's real comfortable.
Say, is it because they love you or is it because they think they're the shit?
That's a good question. I don't really know. I think she just really wants me to give her treats, but I'm doing this.
Mommy, give me my treat.
Yeah.
Do you think British cats have accents in their meows?
I would love it if they did.
Yeah.
You just actually like meow. I would love that so much. But then does that mean that every cat from all over the world have different like affectations in their meows?
Yeah, depending on where they are. If they could have accents, yeah.
Tanya, you're gonna get us fired. She just said Teresa's puppet should have a face torn apart and then put back in place again.
Oh my god.
Like a puppet's plastic surgery. Tanya, you're gonna get us in trouble, gonna get us sued, gonna get us thrown in prison. No.
Mocha said she's always wondered if cats have accents.
What would a French cat be? It'd be like meow. Meow.
Meow.
Meow. Madam Scuttlebot said cats have staff. Yeah, I know. I know they have staff. I am all of their staff. Ooh, I have a question for you.
Pour moi?
Yes, well, for everyone, actually. Do you think you've seen the same pigeon twice?
Huh?
Do you think you've seen the same pigeon twice?
Like, whenever I've seen a pigeon, do I think it was the
Yeah,
same
you reckon
one?
like you've seen that one before?
Well, probably, because when I was in my young 20s, I lived in an apartment that had a pigeon problem in the attic. And the landlord promised for like a year and a half that he'd fix it, and he never fixed it. I moved out, and it was still having a pigeon problem. Like, I could hear them cooing in the night.
Is it like an ominous, like...
You just hear a bunch of them. And then...
That sounds horrible.
They got it through the eave of the roof. So, and it was an old house. And it used to be a grocery store. And this grocery store apparently used a bunch of their old receipts for insulation. So, like, a bunch of insulation ended up on the side of the house, and like a bunch of old receipts for cream from 1943.
Jesus, damn.
Are you gonna elaborate why you're asking this question now?
Well, okay, no. One time when, you know, I was in my youth, and I decided, oh, I'm just gonna chill with my friends, and we're gonna just have a fun time in the park. We got a little bit drunk, and I just like saw this flock of pigeons. They just flew over us, and they like sat on the grass, and I just turned to my friend and went, I reckon I've seen them before, and they were like, no. It's a lie. You'd never see the same pigeon twice. And ever since then, I've always thought about, but what if I have seen the same pigeon twice? What if there's just one giant pigeon family occupying the earth? They all talk to each other.
That sounds like a drunk question, too.
It is a drunk question. Well, let's see if any of you guys have seen the same pigeon as well. Steph says
I've seen Steph.
It's just pretty sure I have.
Steph says I hate our pigeons. Gangsters,
oh my goodness, Miracle is back. And she's looking like a whole buffet.
Were
you getting dressed?
A whole buffet.
I had to put lashes on, and they're really hard to put on, so.
Oh, I don't even bother. Can't do it. Wow, a whole motorbike just went straight past me.
I think it came out decent, considering I can't see.
I think it looks nice. I like the hat.
Thank you.
I swear, I cannot get my yellow, like, vibrant enough.
With my bubble
on.
Deal with that.
Get on. What are you doing over there, madam? Me.
Madam Scuttlebutt's gonna think you're talking.
She is sitting on the spot.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna give up now because y'all are done, so I gotta finish up now. I had a feeling I was gonna be the one.
Take your time.
We peer pressure each other.
All right, prepare for the Instagram look. We'll see. Now I have time to clean up because this is the worst part. Is cleaning up everything. You think I'm gonna wash these brushes? No, because I'm a filthy cretin.
You cretin.
I'm a filthy cretin, and I'm not washing any of these brushes today. I refuse.
Well, I'm a bad makeup artist because I refuse to put on lashes.
You're not missing anything.
No,
oh, you know what?
never a bad
put
thing.
on?
Don't
I
let
didn't add
anyone
any highlight.
What did y'all say?
I didn't add no highlight. Are you the only ones who like put things in the original boxes? Every time I get makeup, I always put it in the box again.
No.
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 Oh.
The only
ones that I have in boxes still is the Sailor Moon stuff.
It has like a sleeve it goes in.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a lot.
I feel like I can't waste the sleeve, so. Am I the only one that only buys minis and mascara? Because I hardly even go through a mini, so.
No.
I don't need the full
Well,
size.
no. The only mascara that I like only comes in full size, so I'm like, well, shit, I have to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, shit, I didn't finish reading the comments. Fuck. They are gangster pigeons. Someone just said seagulls are the devil. They are.
Mine.
They are so nasty. They will steal food right out of your hand as well. That's the worst part.
Do you see how strong this Jacqueline highlight is? At least see my nose.
Ooh. You trying to
Wow.
sell me, Jacqueline Highlighter?
Okay, Jack Heron.
Miracle's a better
Excuse
saleswoman.
me, mate.
Jack.
But you see how crazy this highlight is? It's like, boom, blind
That
you.
is a highlight.
Boom, blind you again. Oh, blind you one more time on this side.
Boom.
Boom. Y'all gonna see me. Jack Heron got me on the PR list. Jack Heron.
Jacqueline.
Jack Heron. Miss Hilt. I need a deal.
You'll be the one to save her brand.
Yeah, because I'll be like, look, Jack Heron Hill got a nice little thing going on here. And look at my nose. It's so cute.
You.
You heard Merkel for 10% Earth.
No, you Oracle.
You guys don't know, I purposely say the words wrong and everything.
And she's a bad influence because she's got me doing it now too.
Good.
Yeah, sometimes on accident.
After I started saying prayer instead of the other disgusting entity it actually is, or I've been interference instead of saying interference. Everybody says things wrong there. First narratives. All these first narratives.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Burger.
Morning. Mint, what do you
Guys, to be
want?
my friends in real life, like these gals here, to be my friend is to be irritated every day of your life. So don't lie and say I don't irritate you guys every day. Don't lie.
No, you don't.
Well, not every day. That's an exaggeration.
You don't irritate me.
Irritate? You don't irritate me. That's because we're the same woman. We are literally the same woman. That's why I can't irritate you.
Perfect.
Irritate Xylee. Every day.
You know what? I am going to use a shit.
Yes, what do you want from me?
Why are you so obsessed with me?
She literally is.
The whole point of this look is to have wayward eyebrows. Lift them up.
Wavy eyebrows.
No, I need to, like, you know how they have the wild eyebrows where they're not, like, tamed? I had to pull them up so they look.
I get you now.
Yeah.
Someone said we sound like that Swedish Muppet. The chef.
The chef.
The chef.
Yeah.
He's the one with like his hat over his eyes, right?
Yeah. I only know him from the Muppets Christmas Carol. It's the best Muppets film ever.
Oh, now you're gonna unleash a war in the comments about the best Muppets film.
Okay, well, I'm so sorry. I like that Muppets film.
Worst apology ever.
Cancel her.
I'm getting my grey sweatshirt ready as we speak.
Now I have that song stuck in my head.
Yeah, everything goes back in the box after I use it. Until I get it dirty and then I throw the box out. This is supposed to be a raincoat, guys, that I'm wearing, but it's like, it's kind of productive because it's like a plasticky neoprene style material, so it makes you sweat, and it's like you're getting wet on the inside anyway.
I mean, it looks really nice though.
Thank you. It's see-through.
Ooh, I will, Tanya. I am gonna watch that after this live. I'll feed the cat first, then I'm gonna watch some Swedish Chef.
Dang says canceled over the Muppets. I'm bad.
Oh my god, I'm getting cancelled because I used to like Nickelback. I'm getting cancelled because I don't know what all the Muppet films are. Drag me.
Dang it.
Yes.
Yes.
One eye.
Are you done yet?
I've been done for 87 years.
Wow, don't make Chelsey feel bad.
Fringey's getting tired, okay?
I'm actually not. I'm just sitting here doing it nicely. I'm just looking at the devastation that's around me though, because I'm like, oh, I've got to clean all this nonsense up now.
I'm already halfway clean. Must suck. Sorry.
Oh, she's gone again. How rude.
I was pretty much done, but then I changed my mind on something.
Oh, what have you changed your mind on?
Oh no, before I did that.
Dan says, what's wrong with Nickelback? Apparently, everything's wrong with Nickelback. Well, no, I used to really like the music where apparently people are like, oh, same song, which isn't a lie. But it's not quite the truth when it comes to Nickelback. Oh. She set herself with that setting spray so elegantly. Damn, they're just doing it.
I didn't know I did it.
Just to
elegantly.
pretend.
It's like
No, the worst one is when you breathe in through your nose and you're like, like a full-on reaction. Come here. Yeah. Good girl. Ooh, lip color.
Sweetgrass by Cheekbone Beauty.
Ooh. Oh, I was looking at them the other day and I was like, they're so good. They look so nice, but I don't know if they're shipping at the moment because of the world.
Yeah, because of that thing.
The whole thing. The whole world.
That girl we won't speak of.
Oh yeah, because she's knocking at my door.
Mm-hmm.
So rude. I can't believe the disrespect.
I have cleaned.
Merkel!
I've cleaned my room. I'm back. I'm clean.
Oh, you don't need to clean. It's like, trust me, I know it's deceptive, but it's not clean here.
I think my hair's past the point of return, though. Yeah. No. I'll just. It looks like hair washing day, but I swear it isn't.
Oh, don't be so
I wish I could see
Chelsey.
you. Oh, I can see you again.
Yay, she has vision.
Oh, you both look so beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Thanks, love.
I'm gonna read what you say.
One flesh, one bone, one true religion.
Okay, I'm done.
Bye, Danny.
Yay! Oh, everyone's just zooming in. I don't know if my camera will get it though.
In Vogue, in Pose, in Work, in Vogue. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, do we look exquisite?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I better see some 12s.
I better see some triple figures.
Miracle.
It's just like, hey guys.
I had a grand time with everybody. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice and chill.
Mm-hmm. It only took us 2 hours, Xylee. Mind your business. It's usually faster if you're not talking. It's usually faster. Maybe it might shave 30 minutes off, really, only. Did Chelsey freeze?
Chelsey.
Is Chelsey frozen?
Chelsey, you froze them. We need to warm you up with a little hot water bottle.
Is Chelsey frozen again?
I think she might be frozen.
She has not moved at all. It's kind of scary. Oh, she left.
No, she's gone. Hey, baby.
Baby.
Oh my god, Xylee gave us 2. How rude.
Scuttlebutt making ugly faces is my pastime.
It's a talent that only you can do. It's honor to look at the ugly faces.
Wow.
Just a little shimmy. Just a little shimmy.
Yes, Chelsea's frozen picture was mad cute.
It was. Oh, hope she comes back
Cards for
soon.
Jan. Cards for Jan.
Hearts for Jan. Wait,
Ooh.
I don't know that correctly. Right, where are we going with our looks? Let's pretend we've got places to be. Where are we going?
You go first. Where are you going?
Nando's.
Nando's.
I'm joking. We're not going to Nando's. Okay. I'm going to pretend that I can roller skate properly, and I'm going to a roller rink.
We literally could be going to the same place, but you would be like the really classic roller rinks where you wear like the cute little skirt, and then I'm wearing the ghetto one, not the ghetto one, but the ghetto one with like the really dark lights, and people are falling because the floors ain't laid properly.
Really neon covered, like proper bright neon lights. It just smells of Diet Coke everywhere because it's just been spilled everywhere, but no one's cleaned it up yet.
And like bowler alley sweat. Because I feel like everything smells like bowling alley sweat.
Oh my god. But bowling alleys are pretty fun though.
They are.
Except when you get the people that just like yeet the ball down the alley. Hardcore.
You just start throwing.
You just like yeet it down.
I can't bowl. I don't know what's wrong with my wrist, but the flicking action can't do it. It's like, if you want to laugh, watch me bowl. What are you wearing, Miracle? I love the purple. Oh, it's a raincoat. And it's like a see-through. And it's a raincoat. It came from Target.
Target.
Target, yeah. Target. And it has a little hood on it. As I flatten my ass.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did I get foundation? Oh, I didn't get foundation on it. That's good.
I'm good.
Look at this valiant effort.
It's Chelsey so cute.
Might edit that out.
Chelsey. Yay, she's here.
My damn internet.
Did you get a snack?
Did you guys talk about me while I was gone?
We talked about how stunning you looked when you froze. You froze at a very convenient look for you because it just looked like you were mad picturesque. It was a good look.
Shut up, girl.
Yeah.
No, I'm being serious. Yeah, it was frozen in a good spot for you.
It was good.
Well, good. I still have a screenshot of when Nikki froze and he was like,
That is so roasting. I did borrow it from Missy.
the raincoat.
Yes, I can't stand the rain. That was the song, okay? That song was lit all the time. Still is. Oh, my ankle hurts. I slept on my ankle wrong today and I thought I couldn't walk.
Well, good job that you can walk now.
Yeah. So
You realized it was
I have to charge my phone. We were just about to end the live. I only have like 11% battery.
Oh, damn.
Oh, no. Audio must have been already once I took my headphones out because I got on 10% battery like ages ago. Had to plug my phone in.
Oof. I mean, I'm happy to end if you guys are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And we can take selfies.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you guys want to, make sure you check out our friends here, okay? Introduce yourself. Everyone here probably already knows who you two are, but
Yeah.
Fringey, tell everybody your channel. It's Fringey. Chelsey is Chelsey Moon. That's her name.
No, my channel's called My Name is Miracle's Friend. It's just Miracle's Friend.
Miracle's Friend.
Dang, I don't know how I slept on my ankle. It's the damaged ankle, so anything I do, it just hurts. So
So you're gonna go out in public today? Are y'all gonna
I'll continue to go for my walk, my government approved walk. So maybe.
Miracle's like, no, keep your ass at home.
Stay in the house.
Let me walk down the block.
But BBs, we're gonna head out, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's live. It was a fun time with you. Thank you for listening to me rant about Black issues.
That was fun.
What else?
Feels better now. All right.
Thank you, Chelsey, for this marvelous idea. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you, Fringey, for being Fringey. Thanks, Fringey's cat. Okay. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Love you.